What is the latest on Kyrie Irving's return after missing 7 straight games to complete the trifecta?
Well, he's expected to practice today, and that's a good first sign for Nets fans because Steve Nash has said that is what they want. They want to ramp up his on-court work because the league allows for players who have been in quarantine after being in the health and safety protocols, which Kyrie was after he was found to have violated their rules when he attended a family birthday party. And then Steve Nash said the hope is that he plays Wednesday in Cleveland. Now, remember, Kyrie Irving has only ever, since he left Cleveland and went to Boston in 2017, has only ever played in Cleveland one time. So this would be the second time if he does make that expected return that Steve Nash said that he's hopeful he will on Wednesday. It'll only be the second time he has gone back and played in Cleveland.
Malika, what have Harden and Durant said about their relationship?
With each other or with Kyrie?
Yes, with each other.
Well, it's something that both of them have said that they are leaning on as they're trying to find on-court chemistry without having any practice. Remember, James Harden has now played in 2 games with the Nets, and he's yet to attend a practice. So everything was sort of trial by fire. And so Sean Marks, Kevin Durant, James Harden have all said that they are leaning on that pre-existing relationship that they've had, that they have all said is wonderful, that they were all saying was part of what ended up landing this thing and making this trade happen, that they're all leaning on that to build on-court chemistry. And last night, James Harden said, the difference is that in OKC, we were young. Now we're grown men who are looking to do more than just dunk and get our own shots up. We have higher basketball IQ, Kevin Durant said. So he said the blend between the good relationship they have, the friendship they have, and then also their years in the league apart has allowed them to come back together and still have that I'm getting back on the bike type of feeling. I know this player. I know what he's about. But I also have all of this experience under my belt now that is aiding me in being a better teammate to this all-star.
I also think the blend between the coaching staff is going to be critical too. And Steve Nash, the time he spent with Golden State, that continuity offense in which they played. And then how important is Mike D'Antoni to this whole process, considering his relationship with a guy like James Harden?
Well, the relationship is definitely something, Jay, that they're talking about as being important, but even more so, Steve Nash has said over the last couple of days, again, it's that integration of James Harden, and there is a familiarity of just knowing James's game from being around the league a long time, from playing against him for many years, from being a basketball fan and watching him. But it's a different level when you have Mike D'Antoni that is sitting on the bench and knows his tendencies as well or better than anyone. So as they're trying to work this guy in on the fly without having had the time to sit down and extensively dive into and go through in film and in practice exactly what every single scheme is, this, that, and the other, Mike D'Antoni is that liaison in many ways. And so he is someone that Steve Nash has said again and again is invaluable to have on their bench as they're trying to kind of make this chemistry experiment work.
Malika, we really appreciate it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Kyrie. Obviously, the next couple of games are against a team that Kyrie knows well, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their schedule doesn't look too daunting through the rest of January either. Really appreciate your perspective this morning.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Thanks, Malika.
That's Malika Andrews joining us on the Goodyear Hotline. We'll be joined on the Goodyear Hotline by Jeff Passan, ESPN Major League Baseball insider and the author, co-author of an explosive piece about the Mets general manager Jared Porter and some inappropriate text messages and selfies that he sent to a female baseball reporter. Stories exploded here in the last 24 hours. Porter has been fired, largely due to that report coming out, and Jeff will join us at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Key, I got to ask you, when you really look at the situation with the Nets at this particular point, do you feel like, to me, Harden can fill it up, but the fact that Durant scored 42 the first night Harden got in with a triple-double, scored 30 last night. This is not one of those things where we'll sort of figure it out. To Jay's point, they'll have to figure it out when Kyrie gets back. But for these two already, take me inside the mind of an athlete. How does it become so seamless so fast?
Well, it was seamless for KD to begin with, right? Once he got back healthy, we knew that he was going to do what KD has always done, which is fill it up. And the fact that you've added Harden, it's all about communication. It's all about knowing one another. It's all about playing with one another, being around one another multiple times, working out together. It's this silent language that you have with one another. I can go plug in with any quarterback that I've ever played with, and we're not gonna miss a beat.
Boom.
It's just, when I got Vinny from with Dallas, I had him with the Jets. I plugged right in with Dallas. We was cooking because you just know what it is. I understand you. I understand your body language. It's just this feel that we have for one another. Whether it's pick and rolls, whether it's pick and pops, whether it's playing defense and switching off. We understand each other. And I think that is what you get when you get two guys or maybe even three guys that have played together before.
Zubin, if the Nets can figure out the answer to this one question, they will win a world championship.
Lay it on me.
Who manages Kyrie Irving? So look at this. Steve Nash is there because KD ultimately gave him the stamp. They have a pre-existing relationship. They work together in Golden State. Now, Kyrie did have to vouch for Steve Nash to a degree, but that's Kevin Durant's choice. Hey, this is our guy moving forward. Mike D'Antoni has spent time with James Harden, managing James Harden. That automatically translates to winning a world championship.
Are you out of your mind? The Nets don't need Kyrie Irving to win the East? Did I hear you correctly? Kyrie Irving's a superstar. He's hit big shots before to get his team to the finals. He's won the East. What has James Harden ever done? Don't need Kyrie Irving? The Nets need him more than they need James Harden. Have you lost your damn mind?
Don't curse at me, baby Stephen A. You don't need babies with filthy mouths on this show. This is a family show. And I said what I said. Harden and KD together can't be guarded. There's no team in the East that can match them. I didn't say Kyrie Irving can't help. I didn't say he can't make them better. I just said they don't need him to win the East.
You're wrong. There's no such thing as a big two. No one ever heard of a big two. It's a big three, damn it. Kyrie Irving makes him a big three. That's all that matters.
You don't know what you're talking about. LeBron and Anthony Davis are a big two. You just like Kyrie because he's young. You like him because he's a baby like you. You're both acting like babies. Get out of here. Get off my show, baby Stephen A. You're grounded. Cut his mic off. Cut his mic off now. Cut it off.
Get off the show. Cut off my. You don't cut my mic. You don't tell me when to be quiet. I tell you when to be quiet. I told you this is my show. You don't tell me what to do. Who you think you are?
You better mind your manners. You better mind your manners right now. You're a baby. Know how to behave yourself. Respect your elders. Turned to the Brooklyn Nets after his absence from the team for the last 7 games. He practiced today and could play as early as Wednesday against the Cleveland Cavaliers, his former team. Kyrie also met with the media today. Let's hear what he had to say to them.
Happy to be back. Happy to be around these guys. Address the team, address everybody that need to be addressed. Now it's time to move on.